Hey YouTube, this is PokéCastXVll here, and today we're going to be looking at a new card that's come out of the Burning Shadow set in Charizard-GX. Charizard is always going to be a popular card that'll catch people's attention and a fan favourite, but how does it compare this time around? Let's get straight into it. Charizard is a Stage 2 GX Pokemon with a decent 250 HP, weak to water with a 2 retreat cost and 3 attacks. Its first attack in Wing Attack for 3 colourless deals a decent 70 damage, and its second attack in Crimson Storm deals a massive 300 damage for 3 fire and 2 colourless energy, but forces you to discard 3 fire energy in the process. However, Charizard does have a very interesting GX attack, which is the main focus of this deck. Raging Out GX is a GX attack, which means that you can only use it once, but for a fire and a double colourless energy, which can be powered up in 2 turns, discards the top 10 cards of your opponent's deck. With decks like Gardevoir and Decidueye GX in the format, other Stage 2s giving Charizard hope with Tapu Lele GX in the format, there are a few ways that you can consider playing it. A great partner and one that immediately stands out is Houndoom EX from Breakthrough. Melting Horn for a single fire energy deals no damage but discards the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. With that, you can probably see where this deck is going. Rather than trying to take 6 prizes from your opponent, your win condition in this deck is to simply deck out your opponent, leaving them with no cards to draw and effectively winning the game. Decking them out discards vital resources from their deck. Most of them can't be recovered, which narrows down their options of being able to win the game. Another card that functions a bit similar to Houndoom EX is Bunnelby from Primal Clash, which can also recover cards as well. Bunnelby is great for conceding only the single prize, however it does only have 60 HP, something to be cautious about. If you are playing this post-rotation, you don't have to include Bunnelby, as you could just include something like Rescue Stretcher as a means of recovering your Houndooms, and so following that, your aim is to wear down your opponent with multiple disruption cards. Cards like Team Flare Grunt for this reason becomes an obvious inclusion, and even Team Skull Grunt. You could also include cards like Plumeria from Burning Shadows to target energy on the bench, as well as your traditional line of Crushing and Enhanced Hammers. For fields and hand disruption, you could also think about Delinquent, and of course, you do also want to be thinking about prolonging the life of your Pokemon during the course of the game. Max Potion for that matter is a great addition to the deck, since both Houndoom and Bunnelby only need the single energy to attack. You could also consider things like Acerola, Guzma, and even Super Scoop Up if you prefer. Keep in mind that we have Trashalanche in the format, so you may want to think carefully about how heavily item focused this deck is. You could also, for tools, since you're not running Choice Band, play Fighting Fury Belt, as you can increase the HP of your basic Pokemon by 40. And finally, in the case that your prizes aren't looking too great, Rotom Dex is a viable option since you don't aim to take any prizes with this deck, and you can shuffle your prizes back into your deck. And with all that said, here's a skeleton to get you started. The Houndoom EX line is a lot thicker than your Charizard GX line, since it is a lot easier to get out and more energy efficient. Charizard is mainly used in the later game for its GX attack. You do have the 1 Brock's Grit for the late game recovery, and the 2 Tapu Lele GXs for a better, more consistent setup early game. If you are playing this post-rotation, all you have to do is drop the VS Seekers, and you could add more supporter cards or even play something like Puzzle of Time. You do have 4 Ultra Ball in the deck, which is great for searching out your early Tapu Lele GX, although if you wanted to, you could also consider Nest Ball, although do keep in mind that you won't gain the ability from Tapu Lele GX's Wonder Tag, since it goes straight to the bench and not into your hand. But otherwise, your main tactic in this deck will be using your Team Rocket's handiwork just to try and deck your opponent out even faster, and remove vital resources. Finally, you do have Field Blower, which you can bump up just to get rid of things like opposing Choice Bands that racks up more damage when attacking your EX and GX Pokemon, and of course with the option of removing Stadiums as well should you want to. And with all that said, that is it, and that is Charizard GX all concluded for you. If you did like this video and you would like to see more Pokemon related content, all you have to do is click the annotations at the end of this video. Alternatively, you can subscribe to the channel, and not forgetting that I'm also on Facebook. I will put all the links within the description box below. Otherwise, thank you again very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.